Hey, I'm glad he won, man. It's all good. Now I gotta go take his stuff.
The WBO orders you to fight Crawford next, or you'll be stripped. Under any circumstances, will you vacate the WBO belt to fight Errol Spence?
Whatever they give me, whatever they give me. Errol Spence is a great opportunity. I think it's a match made in heaven. But Terrence Crawford is the best fighter in the world. I would like to fight him.
And rightfully so. That's the answer that he was supposed to give. It's supposed to be the winner of Tim Tszyu and Keith Thurman. And since Keith Thurman was not allowed or wasn't able to compete, the winner of Tim Tszyu versus the Tower Inferno. That's right. That's 6'6". That's 6'6" dude, Fundora. That's right. It was supposed to be that, the winner of that, versus Bud Crawford. Simple as that. Cut and dry. Fundora won. Sebastian got the win. The winner's supposed to fight Bud. The WBO isn't having it. They mandated Crawford before the fight, and that's how it's going to play out. And as you see, they're already talking about if he doesn't honor that, it will be a stripping situation. And nobody wants that. That's how Charlo lost the title to Tim Tszyu. And that left a bad taste in my mouth because I wanted to see Charlo, Jamel, Iron Man versus Tim Tszyu. The Soul Reaper, Soul Taker, whatever you want to call them. Both of them fit because I ain't going to front. And that's another thing. Hold up. Had to give a moment of applause for that bad man out of Australia. If you don't like Tim Tszyu after watching that fight, then you don't need to be watching boxing. I salute you, Tim Tszyu. He's a warrior. He's nobody to be played with. As far as I'm concerned, the hype is real. He fought a great fight with blood leaking out his head like a fountain. And let me explain, and both of them, Fundora as well, with that leaking out his nose. Let me explain something to you. A person that's had a gash in his head, myself being that, I've had a gash in my head where blood was leaking out of it. I've had my nose busted to the point where blood was pouring out of it, dark, black looking blood. And it's very hard not to pass out from something like that. It does drain you. It does make you weak. And this stuff happened to me as a teenager. But I'm just saying, it does make you weak. When you lose a lot of blood like that, it's draining. It wouldn't surprise me if one of them would have dropped just off of the loss of blood, especially Tim Tszyu. So I gotta commend both of them. But that ain't what I'm here to talk about. We're talking about who's up next. Now you're hearing people already saying before the fight even happened, the PBC is going to push Bud out of the way because he's not technically signed with the PBC, etc., etc. Yeah, I hear that. But really it's up to Sebastian. It's up to Sebastian Fundora who he wants to fight. And if both fights are presented to him, he's going to take Bud. Number one, he just won 2 titles. He's halfway there to undisputed. You really think he want to give one of them up? I don't see it happening. I don't see it happening. Then on top of that, as he said, he has the opportunity to fight in most people's eyes the pound for pound best fighter in the world. Why wouldn't he do that? That's not only when he's already halfway there for undisputed at 154. But if he beat Bud Crawford, he could accomplish something that means more than probably even being undisputed. He'll be considered the best pound for pound fighter in the world if he beats Bud. Yes, he will. At the very least, top 3. So why wouldn't he do that? Why wouldn't he want to be put up there at the top of the mountain? At the very least, top 3 with the Canelos, with the Monsters, with the Crawfords, Why would he want to take that fight? Because of that. That means you're on top of the game, not just your division, but the whole game. Like with Canelo, why do you think people want to fight Canelo so bad? It's not just the payday. If you beat him, you beat another guy considered pound for pound the best fighter in the world, and been that probably since Floyd, or maybe since Andre Ward, whatever. People want that challenge, and Errol Spence just don't present that right now. He was close. He's still an attractive fighter. Fundora had been calling Errol Spence out for like a year or so now. So of course he would love to fight Errol, and that fight would be so intriguing because Errol gonna try to get inside and go to that body. Fundora likes to fight inside and headhunt and go to the body. Well, Errol goes to the bodies. Well, the point is, stylistically, that matchup it just looks like it would be a slugfest. But done it, you got a chance to fight the #1 fighter in the world, and you bring something to the table, that nobody else does, including him. You're darn right he gonna want to fight Bud, and he should. To me, it's a no-brainer. A no-brainer. If I had the opportunity to fight Errol or Bud, matter of fact, hey Errol, fight Tim Tszyu. Get him out the way. Because after what happened last night, he deserves a rematch as well. Because you could make the argument, if he wasn't leaking like that, that could have been a whole nother fight. He was beating Fundora up, and still made the fight competitive despite the fact that he really couldn't see for like what? 3/4 of the fight? So, to me it's cut and dry. Bud Crawford versus Fundora, and it should be Errol Spence versus Tim Tszyu. Heck, you can do it on one card if you want to. Probably not. But the way PBC doing things, maybe so. But I doubt it. They'll spread that out. But the point is, the fights. That's what's the fight that should be made, or the fights that should be made. And that's pretty much all I got to tell Bustin' Boxes on Fight Doctor. Hit that like button, hit that share button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Hit me up in the comment section. Let me know what you think. Who should Fundora take on in his next fight? Should it be Bud Crawford, the guy that he's mandated by the WBO to fight? Or should it be Errol Spence, who the PBC might prefer for him to fight because he's actually signed to the PBC? For all that, man, sign Crawford. See if you can make that happen. And if not, sign him for one contract. Whatever. The fight's going to happen one way or the other, in my opinion. But that's my opinion. Give me yours in the comment section. Here, Bustin' Boxes on Fight Doctor. I am out.